This is Radar for On the Radar Entertainment blog, coming you with week 3 of the 2020 MLB season observations, third one of the year. Now, I'm get started with this. Don't know why the O's continue to bat one of their most talented all-around offensive players in Anthony Santander second, and Iglesias, a career defensive-minded shortstop, batting in third when he should bat maybe second, maybe swap the two. It doesn't really matter who they're batting leadoff because they've tried different people. It's that you want Santander, you want Rio Ruiz, and you want Renato Nunez, Chris Davis. You want the guys who are going to give you power to be batted in the middle of your lineup. The Rays, they keep changing their lineup every day. Some days Meadows is leading off, some days he's batting second, some days the middle of the order. Just don't have Meadows lead off because he was an all-star last year. He's one of your best all-around players. That's area specifically lead off. Then Lau playing the outfield. Nah, he's your second baseman. He finished top 3 in the rookies last year. He should be able to not have to play the outfield, and there's no reason to have Choi or Yandy Diaz leading off for batting second. Yandy Diaz and Choi are both in the lineup for their offense, not their defense. So that's what I'm saying. It's like there's no reason for them to be batting leadoff. And now they have injuries to Charlie Morton and one of their other starters that most people never heard of, Chirino Sorgabaro. They had an opener back to what they're doing. They should just give Jalen Beeks the opportunity to start. He's a starting pitcher. They should give him the opportunity. What are they going to lose? And also, Jose Martinez is in the lineup to hit home runs, not to bat second as well. Then the Yankees still are. Let's have Didi LeMahieu lead off and Aaron Judge bat second and bat Aaron Hicks third. One day, I saw Urshela batting cleanup and Luke Voigt batting second because Judge had the day off. And I'm like, Judge and Voigt are power hitters. They should not be batting second. LeMahieu should be batting second. Gardner was the Yankees' leadoff hitter for a while, and they even tried Aaron Hicks in the leadoff spot. I don't want to see Mike Ford and Mike Tauchman batting the middle of the lineup. Yeah, they're there as extra outfielders for offense, but maybe they should bat, I don't know, lower in the lineup. And I don't know how Gary Sanchez, one of the best hitters on their team, is batting eighth. Still, maybe you don't want to bat him third, fourth, or fifth, but bat him sixth or seventh. Eighth is a little bit too low for him as well. And again, there's no need to put Didi LeMahieu first base of Tauchman and Mike Ford on your roster as well. Pirates, no reason to play Cole Tucker in the outfield, especially center field. I've seen him make some bad plays, or this Evans guy who's not even an outfielder. I see Stephen Brawl pitching out of the bullpen. The Pirates don't have enough starting pitching, so don't put your starters in the bullpen. And JT Riddle, like Cole Tucker, stop having him play the outfield. He's an infielder. I do like that I've seen a lot of Josh Bell and Moran playing first base and DH. That opens up third base, but don't play your infielders in the outfield. Tigers, Jonathan Scope batting second. I don't like that. One day they batted him cleanup. That's interesting. And Jacoby Jones batting last. They tried Victor Reyes second, and they played Harold Castro in center field, even though he's an infielder. With Cedar Crone's injury, maybe you bat Scope cleanup or Candelario cleanup, or you try something like moving Jacoby Jones up to maybe fifth or sixth because he's too good to be batting ninth on this team. If you're starting youngster Willie Castro, Hector Castro, the backup, Victor Reyes and Travis Dermite and Chris Stewart, nobody's. It's like, come on. We know who Jacoby Jones is. The Red Sox, no Benintendi leading off. Stupid. No Rafael Devers batting second. You want it to be Martinez, Bogarts, Dever, Mitch Moreland, Michael Chavis. That's whoever's playing first base. Stack your lineup there. Now, I saw that Christian Vasquez, their catcher, played second base on a switch. He's a good defensive catcher. No need to do that. Jays, don't waste the DH spot on Joe Panic when you have Guerrero, Shaw, and Rowdy Tellez and Brandon Drury. And now Grichuk, stop playing center field. There was a time where he wasn't playing center field this year and he played right field. I don't know what changed. They have too many center fielders in Teoscar Hernandez, Derek Fisher, Billy McKinney, and in Jonathan Alford, and Anthony Alford and Jonathan Davis, excuse me. There's no need to do that. The Royals, don't bat Soler second. You had Nicky Lopez, and you got Mundesai, you got Alex Gordon. You got enough guys that can bat second because you have Whit Merrifield leading off, even though he's a leadoff hitter, and then you have Whit playing center field. Now that Dozier's back, Dozier's going to play right field, and one day they play McBroom in the outfield. I'm like, oh my God, that's a horrible defensive outfield. What are you guys doing? And then, as I said, the Royals don't have enough pitching, so don't waste Ian Kennedy, who used to pitch shorter innings a year when he was healthy, in the bullpen still. Twins, no idea why Kepler and Carver are leading off when you could put Araz, Polanco, Byron Buxton, or Jake Cave in the leadoff spot. And it's a good thing now. I see Martin Gonzalez playing more infield, but that's because Josh Donaldson's injured. I don't understand Sano batting eighth. One of the reasons he's on your team and you live through this defense Well, it's because he's a good hitter. He's a power guy. You don't want to batting eighth. That's why I have no problem Mitch Garver or Byron Buxton's my last hitter in the lineup. And the Twins, you got Duffy, you got May, you got Whistler, you got 3 natural-born starters in your bullpen. So if you need an extra starting pitcher, why don't you use them as an opener, not somebody else? Indians still batting Ramirez second when you want him to bat third, fourth, or fifth in this lineup for the Indians. Because imagine if it's him and Lindor and Santana, Domingo Santana, and Franmil Reyes. Ooh, it's a good offensive lineup right there. Then the White Sox still batting Moncada second. They were batting Leroy Garcia and Danny Manick 6th and 7th when they're not offensive power guys. And then a lot of times I'm seeing Eloy bat second when Moncada doesn't. Eloy almost hit 30, could hit 30 plus home runs last year pretty much around that mark. He could hit 40 or 50 in a full season probably if things go right. I don't think he should be batting second ever. Really, really stupid. And then they finally did it. Jose Abreu moved to the cleanup spot. And I said, wow, they must move Moncada down to the third spot. Nope. They put Grandal third. The Sox have Moncada, Abreu, Eloy, and even Edwin Encarnacion. And I'm just like, those are the guys that I probably want to bat third and fourth or fifth over Grandal batting third. But at least I can finally say, yay, they moved Abreu to the cleanup spot. But then they moved Robert down when Robert was batting leadoff. Keep Robert second now that Tim Anderson's back. And you go Tim Anderson, Luis Robert, Moncada, Abreu. Then you can go Grandal fifth if you want. Eloy sixth. Oh, Edwin, the veteran, bat him seventh. No, Mazzara eighth, Danny Manick ninth. You're like, why are you going to bat Mazzara eighth? I'm like, yeah. Mazzara's the guy there who, if he's batting eighth, that means your lineup is really good. Brewers, tired of seeing infielders in the outfield. These guys playing right field when he's not a natural-born outfielder and Christian Yelich just playing left. Don't like to see, more infielders in the outfield, like seeing Sogard. I saw Luis Urias play center field, and I'm like, you got him to be an infielder to back up Arcia and Castanera to play third base. Ben Gamel, one game this past week, played center field because he's a natural-born center fielder. But the rest of the week, I'm seeing stupid Avi Garcia in center field. I'm like, oh no, what are you doing? Yes, he may have more career innings in center field because Tampa Bay and you decided we'll play him a couple of weeks in center field because he did that when he was on the Tigers. He's not an outfielder that's good defensively. He doesn't have career innings in left field because nobody ever had the audacity to say, we're putting you in left because you're not a good defensive outfielder. Yelich is a good defensive outfielder. There's no reason you're playing left and obviously playing center. Ben Gamel, if you're going to play him, he should be the one playing center field. I may even feel more comfortable with Luis Urias, a natural-born shortstop, playing center field, or Brock Holt than seeing Avi in center field. And then one day he let off. What are you doing? You got him for his offense, power. And then again, stop seeing Eric Sogard as shortstop when Jed Jerko, Brock Holt, and Luis Urias have more career innings at shortstop as well. The Reds are still see Nick Senzel in center, Castellanos in right, and before Moustakas got hurt, him at second base. Moustakas is injured. I don't need to see first baseman by trade Van Meter, catcher by trade Kyle Farmer, second base. Christian Colon is a utility player. I need to see Nick Senzel play second base, so you improve your outfield defense by playing Irvin Jankowski in center field, or the foreign import Shogo Akiyama in center field instead. DHing when Moustakas injured, you can also DH Castellanos, so then it opens up for our communities, our community as well. So, at Queen, like that guy. Like, the problem with the Reds is they have too many power guys in Moustakas and Castellanos themselves playing out of position. So it's nice that they're playing Matt Davison at DH because guess what? Matt Davison, power guy. That's exactly who deserves to be playing at DH. Now, the other thing is there's no need for Nicky Castellanos to even bat second. He's a power guy. As I said, I don't want to see Kyle Farmer up the middle playing middle infield because that's not his position, nor I want to see Van Meter playing second base because he's a first baseman by trade. And maybe you can get away with him playing in left field. But yeah, stick to maybe giving Jesse Winker, Travis Jankowski, Phillip Ervin, Shogo Akima, and Artezi Aquino the outfield by taking Castellanos and Nick Senzel out of the outfield. Then you got the Angels batting Trout a lot of times second, but they finally moved Trout to third, which was great because they're batting Fletcher and Listel at the top of the order. Great. But I still see Ward playing the outfield. You got Brian Goodwin and Joe Adell. There should be no reason Ward is playing the outfield. Now Upton batting eighth. No, the perfect lineup for the Angels is Trout third, O'Donnell fifth, and with Rendon fourth. Pujols or Upton fifth, and the other guy sixth. That's pretty darn good. And then, Trout third, Rendon cleanup. Then you go Otani fifth, Pujols sixth, or Upton sixth, and then Upton seventh, whatever how you want to do it, and then you go Castro eighth, and you go Goodwin last. That's not a bad lineup. It's really not. The A's don't want to see Mark Cannon right field. DH him or play him in left because he's not even an outfielder. Astros, I saw Kyle Tucker leading off. It's good that they're giving it bats when Yordan Alvarez is gone, but I still don't want to see Michael Brantley batting cleanup either. They've been switching it up. I've seen Reddick back second, and then move Altuve lead up spot. They're trying. Padres, the Cronenworth guy is still playing first base. It's one thing to see him play second or third base, but it's pretty silly. Don't DH him. Don't DH Craig Garcia or Ty France. Nobody I've heard of him. You got Will Myers, you should DH him, and you got Francisco Mejia who could DH as well. They play this guy I never heard of in left field or first base. Profar's playing the outfield when he should not be. Now, if you want to play Cronenworth at second base and not Profar, I understand that. Mariners, tired to see Tim Lopes in the outfield DH when he's an infielder. And then D. Gordon, one day he's playing shortstop, one day he's playing center, one plays left. Like, you got to stop moving him all over the place. I don't see him making the best defensive plays because he keeps moving all over the place. Mallex Smith was a league leader in stolen bases. Don't bat him last. I guess Kyle Lewis, because he's an all-around player, you want to bat him third and then go Seager. But I want to see Daniel Vogelbach, Evan White, those guys batting after Kyle Seager in the lineup. I don't want to see nobody. And then stop playing Dylan Moore all over the place. You want to give the young guys opportunities that are going to be starters. Rockies, I do like that they moved Dahl at the leadoff spot, but he's still playing center some days. And Garrett Hampson, who's a second baseman by trade, is playing center field besides left field. And Blackman batting third, so many years as a leadoff hitter. Dodgers, Mookie Betts has been going back and forth between leadoff and second. Bellinger played a lot of center field, but a couple of days this week, I saw him DH, I saw him play first base. They're finally getting that he should play more first base and DH than anything. Now, I don't like seeing him DHing because it means they'll play Beatty or Rios at first base and Muncy playing second base. Muncy should never bat 1 or 2, nor should ever play second base when you have a DH, okay? Giants, I don't want to see offensive guy Slater leading off, and I don't want to see Donovan Solano batting third because he's a former utility guy. Slater's an offensive guy. Still, the Phillies are batting McCutchen, Rhys Hoskins 1 and 2, and playing Segura at third base, and sometimes they're batting him a little too high. Dieter Gore's batting cleanup one day, and Segura batting fifth. I'm like, I'd rather have Segura and Didi Gregorius at the top of the lineup, so Rhys Hoskins and McCutchen in the middle of the lineup as well. And then, at the same time, I don't want to see Phil Gosselin DHing. Maybe DHing Neil Walker because he's a guy known now only for his offense, but the DH spot is meant for Jay Bruce, so you don't have to play McCutchen in center field. If you want to DH Neil Walker, Rhys Hoskins one day, go ahead and do that. But I don't understand Phil Gosselin or some other utility guys in your team. And one day this week, Gene Segura played second base and batted second. Did it one time. Braves stopped batting Acuna leadoff and center field because then one day when you weren't playing, they had Duvall playing center field late in the game when you left. I was like, what are you doing? You had Scott Schebler, you have Colberson, the utility player, and you have Energy Arte who can play center field. No need for Duvall ever play center. Now, Dan Chiriva batting seventh, a little bit too high. Swanson batting leadoff when you have Inciarte is pretty stupid. Darno batting second is pretty stupid because he's there for offense. And the Braves, you have Josh Tomlin and Tyler Matzek in your bullpen. Both of them are former starters. Now, I know you no longer have Cecine in your bullpen, and you sent down Newcomb and Fultonevich, and you don't have Hernandez this year or Cole Hamill, and you lost Soroka. But you got two natural-born starters in your bullpen. Use one of them as your opener instead of some guy just going 1 or 2 innings. Those guys can give you 3 or 4. Rangers, they keep playing Connor Falefa at third base, a natural-born catcher who's played a lot of career innings in middle infield, batting second too. And I'm like, unless you have somebody really good at third base, play Todd Frazier at third base. I'd rather see Connor Falefa at first base or Joey Gallo at first base because they give up on Guzman and Greg Bird in and out. He's gone. Don't waste your time with Ref Schneider DHing or playing first base because he's a super utility player. Used to DH on Gallo or Chu. Don't want to see Willie Calhoun batting third or DHing. Just play him every day in the outfield. Bat him towards the bottom of the lineup. Don't waste your DH. Mets, I like that McNeil is back in the outfield because he was having some trouble at third base. But batting him third or fourth, don't really like that. I like him table setting. Smith, I don't want to see him play the outfield without Cespedes or Jed Lowry. Should only DHing. Diamondbacks, I don't like Cole Calhoun leading off. They can go back to Ketel Marte leading off, or they could try Nick Ahmed, but they got to not have Cole Calhoun lead off because he's an RBI guy. Marlins, stop playing Birdie in the outfield. With no second baseman, he should be having to play second base every day, and Aguilar don't bat him second because he's a power guy. Cubs, stop saying Brian and Rizzo bat 1 and 2. They're your power guys. And then just a little fair Victor Caratini, who a couple of years ago was your third string catcher. Like, I don't get this. If Contreras is DHing one day, he's behind the plate. If Rizzo's not playing first base one day, I see Caratini or Wilson Contreras at first base, when I'd rather see Schwarber out of the outfield and have him playing first base or DH, or Souza playing DH. That sort of thing. Or even playing Bodie at first base. Like, come on, that's a better idea. Nico Horning led off one day. I like that. No Bryant, but Bryant in the outfield, stupid. They've been there, done that. He's never going to resign with you if you keep doing that. And then interesting, Jared Murphy of the Pirates a catcher. Kevin Pilecki a catcher of this time of the Indians. Murphy of the Pirates, they all pitched this week. Jay Jerko, infielder of the Brewers, pitched this week. Peraza, utility infielder of the Red Sox, and Neil Walker, utility infielder, all position players. Now, the whole point of having almost 30 players on a roster and then having the ability to have yourself a taxi squad, which is closer to where your team is they have enough pitchers that you don't need to have position players pitch, but that's what happened. Take a listen to another edition of MLB Observations Week 3 of the 2020 season for Radar on the Radar Entertainment on Radar. See you guys next time.